it's Eva, and recently a lot of people have been asking me how I maintain my hair color, and I'm here to answer everybody the same way that I've always answered everybody recently, and it is, I just don't wash my hair. Yeah, you heard that right. I basically only wash it once a week or once every week and a half, depending on certain conditions, like if I get rained on or if I do something that involves me lying on the floor and it's like my hair gets dirty, so obviously I don't want to keep it super dirty and nasty, so gotta wash that. I know a lot of people struggle with not washing their hair, and I agree with that because I went from being someone that washed my hair every single day to someone who washed it every 3 days, and now finally I've become someone that washes it every week and week and a half. So I decided to make a video to help you guys out if you guys also have dyed hair, and probably if you guys have dandruff as well, because I have a lot of dandruff. My scalp is very itchy when I don't wash it, and it's just all around annoying. These tips are loosely in the order from when your hair is most clean / before you start doing this to the very end where it's super dirty and you probably want to wash it. But before we start this video, please make sure that you stop and subscribe if you haven't yet with the notification bell clicked down below, as well as give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed these videos, and let me know down below how long you can go without washing your hair. I also decided to film this video a little differently than usual, so sorry if it's cheesy, but let's just get right into this. The first tip is to get your hair trained and ready for this. So that means if you have a long period of time where you're not going to be going out, then just keep your hair super oily. You're gonna be at home anyways, nobody's gonna look at it. It's fine if it looks disgusting, just get your hair used to not producing extra oils to compensate for the fact that you're washing it so often. So be prepared for your hair to look super oily for the first few weeks, but I promise you after that it'll be fine. You can even take baby steps and start with skipping 1 day, then 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, etc, until you get to your desired length of time before you want to wash your hair again. Just remember that it is going to feel super oily and you're probably going to want to stop trying, but once you get to the end of it, your scalp will definitely not be producing so much oil as before, so I promise you it's going to work out. Just stick through it. Look into getting a scalp treatment. It doesn't have to be expensive, it doesn't have to be from a salon, it doesn't have to be anything crazy, it can be DIY or it can be something cheap. Don't worry too much about it. I just recommend this for people that have a lot of dandruff like me. I personally only use it when I'm about to re-dye my hair, just because the one that I personally use is from Lush and it is really hard to wash out. So I'm only going to use it whenever I'm prepared to super duper shampoo my hair. There's a whole bunch of different kinds. I personally just use them because I have a lot of dandruff, and those are the very specific ones that I use because it is very annoying to be flaking everywhere, itching all the time, and just constantly feeling like you have to pick at your scalp. So whenever I can avoid all that mess, I will do it. When it comes to shampooing your hair, make sure you focus that shampoo on your scalp and make sure you really clean it out, because if you're going to be skipping days shampooing, you're going to get a lot of scalp buildup and you're really gonna have to get rid of it. Otherwise, I've done it before and I've not cleaned my scalp all the way by accident, either because I'm in a rush or it's just laziness or something. It makes my scalp extra itchy after, so make sure that you really do shampoo your scalp really well. If you have to, make sure you just really scrub and get in there to get rid of all the dead stuff. As for conditioning, this is kind of straightforward and you guys probably already know this, but please make sure that you do not put conditioner on your scalp because it does not need that much extra moisture. Try to focus it on the shaft and ends of your hair, that way you can really moisturize it, it'll be silky, smooth, etc. So just avoid conditioning your scalp, and when you do wash your scalp, make sure you get it extra clean. Also, avoid constantly touching your hair, and I know that this can be really difficult to overcome, especially if you have bangs or you don't have bangs, or your hair just doesn't want to cooperate, or if you're like me and you're taking Instagram photos and you don't know how to pose any other way besides touching your hair. But our hands carry a lot of oil, they produce a lot of oil, they touch a lot of things, and they also have a lot of bacteria and dirty stuff on it, and it's just, you don't want to be putting that all in your hair and adding more gunk to it, especially if you're not washing your hair for that long. So if necessary, just clip your hair out of the way or style it differently, anyway, to just avoid putting your hands in it. If you can, avoid using a lot of extra hair products, and I mean, if you can put away your oils, misses, hairsprays, the hairsprays especially, I hate using hairsprays when I'm trying to not wash my hair. Just all that stuff they don't necessarily need. Try to just not use it because first of all, it's a huge handful of stuff right here and it's just going to add to putting more stuff in your hair and making it more dirty. So when you can, just avoid carrying and using all of the stuff. consider getting a Boar bristle brush. Now keep in mind that these are not meant for detangling, so don't expect it to comb out your hair like normal, just like any other comb that you use. These are actually meant to distribute the oils from the scalp all the way down to the rest of your hair, making your hair much more smoother, silkier looking, healthier looking, just everything good in general it does to your hair. It also helps with breaking up all the scalp buildup that might happen over time, so that means the oil is not going to be fully concentrated right here and it's just going to be spread all over your hair shaft, which is good because, you know, it nourishes your hair. Which, by the way, if you don't have much money for all the hair oils, which can add up and they can be very expensive, consider getting this because this I actually got off of the Canadian Amazon for $5. It was really inexpensive and it lasts for quite some time. I will admit it can seem kind of tedious to do to keep combing your hair, but honestly, I just use it whenever I'm watching a show and I'm not really doing anything else with my hands, or I'm playing games and there's a really long loading screen. It's just like, you know, just combing my hair from scalp to the ends, distributing the oils, no big deal, just, you know, trying to kill time for the stupid, super long loading screen. It's definitely an easy idle activity. Avoid using dry shampoo until you really need it. Like right now, it's such a greasy, disgusting mess. If you keep using it over and over again when you don't actually need it, then you're just going to add to more product buildup on your scalp and your hair is just going to feel heavy after. So hold off on using it unless it's an emergency. When using dry shampoo, make sure you do shake it up and spray it only on the roots of your hair. Apply little spritzes. Cool, that's a lot. Now the mistake that everybody does is that they instantly try and massage it in. Don't do that. Let the dry shampoo product really soak in the oils first. I like to apply it before I put on my makeup so that when I put on my makeup, it really does its action and just sucks up all that oil, and then after when you're done your makeup, you can go ahead and just ruffle it all in and really get it in the places that you missed while you were spraying it. And there you go, this is how you're actually supposed to use dry shampoo. Also, please make sure that you do wash your shower caps and your pillowcases as well, because your hair is going to get a lot of oil and dirt buildup plus bacteria, and you're going to be sleeping all over and using these pretty often to avoid getting it wet, because I'm pretty sure nobody wants to be adding more oils from their old shower caps and getting pimples and all that nastiness from our old pillows. So stay clean, friends, stay clean. Alright, so this tip I will admit that I do quite often. And basically all you have to do is take a pair of glasses and you could wear it like how you're supposed to on your face and everything. But for me, I just put it on top of my head and I just hide all the oils and nobody would ever know. They would just be like, oh, she's so fashionable with those fancy glasses. These are plain, but I mean, if you have some fancy glasses, you can put them on top of your head and everyone's just gonna think you're super fashionable and you know what you're doing and you're just strutting down the street like I'm fabulous. But really, the truth is, your hair's super dirty. If you're not a sunglasses person and you don't want to look like a weirdo walking around in super sunny weather with no glasses on, then you can also look into using scarves and stuff on your head, which looks just as cute, and honestly, it's kind of like the cheat way of putting color in your closet without actually, you know, buying colored things, because I don't wear a lot of color and this seems to be the only way I can get color into my closet. Next tip is that when you really need that volume and you can't get it with dry shampoo or anything else in particular, you don't want to hide your hair, you can consider teasing it. I personally don't like teasing my hair, so I try to avoid doing this at all costs, but sometimes it's absolutely necessary because nothing else works and you really don't want to wash your hair. So when push comes to shove, just grab that teasing comb or a regular comb really, and just tease your hair and give yourself that volume, that bump. And honestly, I feel like when I see some people with really super teased hair, I'm like, you probably ran into that situation where your hair was dirty and you couldn't do anything about it. I feel you, girl. So last resort, just tease your hair. Another way to hide your dirty hair is to sport a hairstyle that's pretty interesting that kind of distracts from it. In my opinion, I feel that braids or just tying up your hair completely does the trick. For example, if you ever see me sporting this hairstyle, more than likely my hair is really greasy and I just don't feel like using dry shampoo or, you know, washing my hair. Obviously, who wants to wash their hair? Not me. But generally, it's a very inexpensive way to hide how dirty your hair is. And finally, let's just get into working it. And finally, if you are quite the active person, which I am not, I would probably recommend just scheduling your hair washing days according to your workout schedule. But if you're really not into washing your hair at all, then the only thing I can really recommend is, it's gonna sound kind of gross, but to put your hair in a bun or a couple of braids or so. I have a video on heatless hair, waves / curls and everything, but that's all I can really recommend is just when you work out to have your hair in like these styles, so that when you take it out after, there's volume from the texture that you get from the styles, and you know, the sweat just being there and cooling off and everything. But besides that, that's really all I can recommend for working out. Working out is kind of really tricky when it comes to not wanting to wash your hair. As for the scent, just go for a dry shampoo that has a stronger scent. I like Dove's dry shampoo for scent, but I like Batiste in terms of really getting in there and getting rid of oils. Alright, so that's a wrap. I hope you guys really like this video because I worked really hard on making it look different and kind of just making it interesting as like a list of things that you could do and tips and whatnot. Hopefully these tips help you guys out, and if you guys do use any of these tips, let me know down below, as well as any other tips you guys got for us girls who just don't want to wash our hair. Please make sure you subscribe if you haven't, and give me a big thumbs up if you like this video, just so that it kind of motivates me to make more content, because obviously I want to make stuff that you guys like and as well as I like, so I definitely do care about your opinions, guys, so let me know. And I guess I will see you guys next week. Bye!